Hi friends, so the team is ready for shooting the scene. Guppy and Baga ready, Satyajit ready, cameraman ready with lights and everything, and Mr. Thorat has brought 2 tigers instead of 1. All Mr. Thorat has to do is just to open the cage and give a command. Then they expect that the tiger will come out, then have a very gentle walk, pace, PSE, that is gentle walk, look at the camera and then go back. They are thinking like that, everything is ready for that. Okay, but before that, words. Visible portion, visible means which can be seen. The sky is clear, so the stars are visible. Portion means part. The stars are visible when the sky is clear. Unfastened means untie. So that is, so when the cow was unfastened, she went around eating tapioca leaves of tapioca. These cows, they like. So when the cow was unfastened, when it was untied. Responded means answered. I asked the question and many students responded. Many students answered. Sprang out. Sprang out means come out like a spring, like this. Spring action. Like this. Now, as the cage was opened, the tiger sprang out. Not come out, but sprang out. Like a spring. Startled and helpless. Startled, shocked, and helpless, unable to do anything. When 5 persons came to attack me, I was startled and helpless. Five Gundas, they came to attack. So I was startled, shocked, and I was helpless, unable to do anything. Taken aback, almost the same meaning, shocked. I was taken aback by her reaction. I was taken aback by her reaction. I thought that she will be friendly, but she was very angry with me. So I was shocked. Surprised. Give me a surprise. Walking sedately. Sedately means walking half consciously. Sedately. We use sedatives when you are say painkillers or sedatives. So they expected that the tiger will walk sedately, means half conscious, that is, and then very peaceful, that is sedately, very peacefully walking. And dignified manner, dignified, like a king. You can see now how the tiger actually, when they walk, they are very dignified. Yes, they walk like a prince, that way. That is dignified. When you see, you find the heads of religions now. Heads of religions you have seen with their uniform, with their dress, special dress and so on. They walk. Their walk is a dignified walk. They don't run. They slowly. That is with dignity. And when you see them walking, you feel like respecting them. That is dignity with some kind of what we say, as if they are something great. Great men walk. Great men, they have a dignified walk. They don't run. Then prancing around. Prancing means like a spring action. Like this. This is prancing. The tiger is prancing. This way, like this. See? That is not just jumping, but quick jump like that. That is. The tiger was prancing. Tremendous enthusiasm. The tiger was given freedom, It enjoyed tremendous enthusiasm. Tremendous means very great. Enthusiasm means, very, very extremely happy. So far it was in the cage. When it was unfastened, it enjoyed. It was so enthusiastic to enjoy the open air. Understand? Open air. It was freedom. Tremendous freedom and so tremendous enthusiasm. Enthusiasm, very high level of feeling, happy, very happy, extremely happy. That is enthusiasm. It was enjoying, happiness, enjoyment, everything comes together. Desperately clutching, clutching means holding. Desperately means helplessly. Mr. Thorat was helpless. Desperately clutching, helplessly, did not know what to do. Futile, useless. All my actions are futile. All my actions are useless. All my classes are futile. That means all my classes are useless because nobody is watching. If I say like that, that's only an example. Don't take it seriously. Then staring means look straight. Staring, look straight. Don't stare at people. Staring at people is bad manners. Then these are leapt. Leapt is the past tense of leap. A leap, jump very high, like a high jump, leaping. Then jumped and rolled about. Rolled about. So because it's so happy. Listen that. The tiger was so happy that it was leaping, it was jumping, and it was rolling about. And then what happened is that the tiger did not behave as expected by Mr. Thorat. And also Satyajit and his team. So they were all standing helpless. What to do? It is like a thunder and lightning. You cannot do anything. Thunder and lightning, you just stand there helpless. You can't help. I like that. Here in this case also, but you cannot ask the tiger to do this and that. Mr. Thorat thought like that, but no such thing happened. So they were helpless. So in this section you can see the behavior of the tiger. In spite of the ringmaster with him, in spite of the trainer with him, all the preparations made, all preparations became futile, useless, of no use, no result, nothing happened. I think all the words I have explained, and now I will come back to the simplified version of this section. Mr. Thorat's man fixed a 5-foot iron rod. 5-foot iron, a pipe. Say a pipe like iron pipe, iron rod. Then iron rod to the ground. They tied one end of the thin strong wire to it and the other end to the collar the tiger was wearing. You remember, no? They had a problem. Suppose the wire is attached to the neck of the tiger, then the hair will be flattened. So they made a collar with the tiger skin. So already the tiger was wearing that. It was at the camp, it's a circus camp itself, they had done all these things. So there was a very long wire and also very strong iron pipe, we can say, GI pipe, or an iron rod, you can say. Iron rod, something like a pipe. Not in it may be a pipe, but it looked like a pipe, but it is not a hollow. Pipe you can see inside, it is hollow, nothing inside, But this was like a pipe, but it was not hollow. Such a piece of iron is called or a pipe-like thing is called a rod. So 5 feet. When down, a very little part was visible. Little portion was visible. To that, they tied one end and the other end to the collar of the tiger. That's all. To control it. At the same time, they should see that the audience or the in the film or in the film it should be seen that it is absolutely free. The tiger is absolutely free because the wire is very thin and it is attached to the collar made of tiger skin. So that was a plan made by Satyajit, right? Cage. At once, and then Mr. Thorat commanded the tiger to go out after opening the door of the cage. So the door of the cage was opened and Mr. Thorat said, go! And then what happened? That is the thing. What happened is, at once the tiger sprang out. That is, this is sprang out, springing action. Yes, sprang out. But instead of taking a gentle walk, sedatively walking gentle walk, what happened is it pranced, jumped left. Prancing is doing like this is prancing, jumping it, and leaping. Also the same thing, leaping. Very strong jump, but to a particular point, not on the same spot but a different spot. Leaping. And then you can say pole vault, pole vault you have seen. So they are leaping. See that the persons participating in pole vault, they are leaping. Jumping, high jump you can say. High jump, long jump and so on, they are jumping. So leaping also jumping but in a different way. I jump, then prancing means doing like this. This is prancing. Like, understand? That is prancing. And then what happened? Mr. Thorat remained helpless. Ray and his men stood foolishly looking at the tiger. Ray and his men, they were standing there. And Thorat, that is what to do? Foolish. It was in no mood to obey its trainer. The tiger was in no mood to obey its trainer. It looked like a free circus show. For the people, Ray and his team, they thought, this is a free circus show. So in this section, what do you see? There are some good words in there. Plus, what is happening? There was we can say total confusion. Oh, they were taken aback by the behavior of the tiger. They were surprised by it was a shock for them. Because they expected that it will obey its train. Text, ready? Yes. Mr. Thorat's men had fixed a 5-foot iron rod. I told you something like an iron GI pipe you have seen, no? But it's not hollow. That is, the inside is not empty. Pipe you can see inside is hollow. But in this iron rod it is not like that. Look, it's very strong to the ground. About 30 feet from the area where the tiger was supposed to take the walk. 30 feet from the place where the wire, it was 30 feet long or 35 feet long. The wire attached to the collar of the tiger. One end tied to the iron rod. Because holding will not do. Sometimes the tiger will pull you. So it is difficult. So they tied it around an iron rod. They took a thin long wire and fixed one end to the collar made of tiger skin and the tiger and the skin that the tiger was already wearing. So when they brought the tiger from the circus camp, they already had they made these arrangements. A collar made of tiger skin was already, they had put around the neck of this tiger. So to that they attached. The other end was tied firmly to the visible portion of the iron rod. 5 feet, 4.5 feet have already gone underground. Then only half feet was up. That is the visible portion. This portion that can be seen, so it tied. Everything is ready. The door of one of the cages, because there were two. One of the cages means there were two cages, was unfastened, means opened, here opened. And Mr. Thorat called out the tiger. Mr. Thorat thought that the tiger will obey him. And then what happened? He responded almost at once. The Thorat said, "Go!" Then immediately, within seconds, sprang out of its cage to land on the open space outside. That is the thing. It had never enjoyed the open space. Ever since it was caged by the circus people, it had no knowledge. It had never enjoyed the open space. Now it is in the open space. So what is going to happen? Enthusiastic. See, on an annual celebration day, no, you are enthusiastic. On a festival day, you are enthusiastic. That means you have got a great desire to participate, you enjoy, you are very happy, that is enthusiastic. So the tiger thought that it got its freedom. The collar and all those things, the tiger forgot. in its great happiness, when it got this freedom, it forgot about the collar and the wire and so on. And so it was so happy. Space out, open space outside. Underline that, open space. That is what made the tiger behave like this. What followed was totally unexpected. Totally unexpected. What was the expected thing? That the tiger will obey Mr. Thoran, the tiger will come out, it will have a gentle walk, it will look at the camera and then go back without taking any note of Baga and Gooby and Baga. So that was the expected thing. But it was totally against that. One look at Mr. Thorat, startled and helpless, shocked. Thorat was shocked. Like shocked, helpless, unable to do anything. Told us that he was as taken aback, surprised and shocked as the rest of us. All of us were taken aback. When I come to you and say, hello, good morning, then you give me one on my cheek, then I will be taken aback by your action. So it's like that. I never expected that you will beat me. But when I said good morning, immediately you gave me one. Maybe you had some problem with me, I don't know. So that is example for taken aback. Taken aback. And then one look at Mr. Helpless, taken aback, rest of us. Instead of walking sedately means pacing, gently walking. Sedatives are given to people who suffer from pain. So they remain half conscious. They won't feel that pain. That is sedatives. Even paracetamol that we take very often is a sedative, partially a sedative. So Novargin is another sedative. I don't know whether these days people are doing it, taking it or not. One look at Mr. Thorat's startled face we have seen. Instead of walking sedately in a dignified manner, tigers you have seen walking like elephants. They walk in a dignified manner, step by step, left, right, like this. Very slow. So that is with dignity. This, with dignity. That is. So they feel that they themselves are something. So it's like a VIP. Dignified manner, the tiger started prancing around with tremendous enthusiasm. Prancing. Enthusiasm. Great happiness. Why? God is freedom. Where is it? It is in the open space. So it is prancing like this. Then it leapt, it jumped, it rolled about, dragging its poor trainer, who was desperately clutching the wire, holding the trainer, but helpless. The wire tied to the tiger's collar in a futile attempt, useless attempt to bring it under control. So he tried his level best, bring it like. The tiger had forgotten everything. The tiger had forgotten. He had no idea, or he did not bother about the surroundings. Why? Because he was in open space and he was enjoying freedom. So it leapt, it jumped, it rolled about, dragging, pulling its poor trainer. So underline poor trainer, because Mr. Thorat thought that he will obey. His words will be the last word for the tiger. Nothing really. Together, collar futile, useless. He stood around foolishly, watching a new and strange kind of circus which we were getting for. We were foolishly looking with a half open mouth, when you are foolishly doing something, you'll be there. The camera was still standing on its 3 legs tripod, staring into the wood. Camera is staring, means looking like this. Camera is staring means the lens was opened in the direction of the forest, wood. But the tiger was showing no sign of making its way there. The camera is still opening its eyes and standing like this. Means the lens, but the tiger is not at all bothered about it. Understand the behavior. So now we have questions like this. See, what arrangements did Mr. Thorat make to keep the tiger under control? He fixed a 5-foot iron rod to the ground and then tied one end to that and the other end to the collar of the collar made of tiger skin of the tiger. That's what he did. Isn't it? Yes. Then that is how he planned to control it. What happened to the tiger when one cage was unfastened? When the cage was unfastened, the tiger sprang out into the open space outside. Sprang out. And then, why was Mr. Thorat startled and helpless? Mr. Thorat was startled and helpless because the tiger disobeyed him and behaved in the most unexpected manner. What was this unexpected manner? Instead of taking a sedative walk sedately, what the tiger did was leapt, sprang, jumped, and rolled on the ground. So that is the most unexpected behavior of the tiger. What was the reaction of Ray and his team? Ray and his team stood foolishly looking at this free circus. And in what way did Mr. Thorat react to this? He was startled and he was taken aback and helpless. He was startled, taken aback and helpless. That's the thing. Helpless. Were the efforts made by Mr. Thorat successful? No. All the efforts made by Mr. Thorat were futile. Means of no use. Then what happened? Did the tiger show any sign of making its way near the camera? The tiger showed absolutely no sign of taking any note of either Goopy and Baga or the camera. That is a very sad thing. Very sad thing. So their attempt almost failed because half failed, completely failed. Isn't it? Half failed, completely failed, that we will see. So what you find here is, you find the most unexpected behavior of the tiger that has sent shock waves to its trainer Mr. Thorat and also Ray and his team. This is the main point in this section. So the tiger, instead of taking a walk sedatively, what happened? It leapt, it jumped, it rolled about, and it pranced. Prancing movements, like a spring, like this. This is prancing movement, it's prancing. You can say sometimes cats doing it. I think things are very clear to you. So, You have got two main questions in this section. One is, how did Mr. Thorat and his men try to put it like this, what arrangements did Mr. Thorat and his men make to keep the tiger under control? What arrangements? An iron rod, 5 feet iron rod. They fixed it on they fixed the iron rod in the ground, and then the visible part of that they tied one end of the wire, the other end they tied fixed on the collar made of tiger skin, which the tiger was wearing. The tiger was wearing that. And then the unexpected behavior also. Instead of walking Satyajit forwards, sprang out, leapt, jumped, then what? Rolled about and pranced. Yes. These are the verbs used there. Sprang out, leapt, jumped, rolled about and pranced. Yes. Most totally against the expectations of the team there. I think it is clear to you. Bye.